Miami hums with life. Neon lights splash across glass towers, and the distant crash of waves blends with laughter from late-night crowds. Inside the Ocean Crest Hotel, Sophie Grant weaves through a maze of white roses and satin drapes. Her auburn curls stick to her forehead, damp from the humid air. She grips a clipboard, checking off tasks for a wedding that could make or break her career. At 24, Sophie is an event planner at Sunset Events, a small agency where her ideas rarely see the light. She's used to being invisible, her dreams tucked away like the silver bracelet on her wrist. It's her mother's, the word hope engraved in delicate script, the only piece of her she has left. Sophie was 5 when her mom passed, leaving her and her dad to scrape by in a city that loves glamour but chews up the poor. Her dad's bakery folded years ago, and now his medical bills pile up faster than she can work. Tonight, though, she's determined to shine. The wedding setup is flawless, but her blouse clings to her skin, sticky with sweat. She needs a break, just a moment to breathe. Spotting a door marked staff only, she sighs in relief and pushes it open. Steam hits her face, warm and thick. She blinks, confused. This isn't a break room. A sleek glass shower gleams under soft lights, and there he is, a man standing beneath the spray. Water streams over his shoulders, catching the glow like liquid gold. Sophie freezes, her breath catching. She's caught him showering, his hazel eyes snapping to hers through the mist. They're sharp, almost amused, pinning her in place. Her clipboard slips, clattering to the tiles with a sound that echoes like a gunshot in her ears. Wrong room, she thinks, panic flooding her veins. She squeaks, "Oh my gosh, sorry," and spins toward the door, cheeks burning hotter than the Miami sun. His chuckle follows her, low and teasing. "Nice entrance," he calls. But she's already out, slamming the door behind her. Sophie stumbles into the hallway, heart hammering. What just happened? She presses her hands to her face, willing the floor to swallow her. She just walked in on a guest, probably some rich jerk who'll complain to her boss. Her job flashes before her eyes, Karen Walsh's sneer when she fires her. Sophie groans, leaning against the wall. The bracelet catches the light, grounding her. Get it together, she tells herself. She's got a wedding to run. Back in the ballroom, she dives into work, rearranging place cards with shaky hands. The image of those eyes lingers, mocking her. She's almost forgotten it when a waiter approaches, holding a crisp envelope. "For you, miss," he says, disappearing before she can ask who sent it. Her fingers tremble as she opens it. A note, written in bold, slanted handwriting, stares up at her. "Thanks for the surprise visit. Meet me at the penthouse, 9 tonight. Signed, LCO." Sophie's stomach flips. Is this a joke? She reads it again, the words blurring. Penthouse? That's for VIPs, not her. She stuffs the note in her pocket, glancing around like someone's watching. The man in the shower flashes through her mind, his smirk, the way he didn't flinch. Was it him? No way, she decides. Probably a prank from a coworker, someone like Karen waiting to laugh when she shows up. Still, curiosity gnaws at her. She's spent years playing it safe, fading into the background. Maybe, just this once, she'll take a chance. The ballroom buzzes, guests arriving in glittering dresses. Sophie checks her watch. 8:30, half an hour to decide. She adjusts a centerpiece, her mind racing. If she goes, she might look like a fool. If she doesn't, she'll wonder forever. The bracelet feels warm against her skin, whispering her mother's word, hope. She straightens, decision made. She'll go, just to see. The note crinkles in her pocket as she heads for the elevator. Miami's lights sprawling below, like a promise she's scared to believe. The elevator hums as Sophie Grant rides to the penthouse, her reflection flickering in the polished walls. She smooths her borrowed sundress, a faded blue thing that feels out of place in the ocean crest's glitz. Her bracelet catches the light, the word hope steadying her nerves. She's still reeling from the shower fiasco, those hazel eyes burned into her mind. The note in her pocket feels like a dare, and Sophie doesn't know if she's brave or foolish for answering it. The doors slide open, revealing a hallway lined with sleek art and soft lamps. She steps out, clutching her purse like a shield, and knocks on the penthouse door. A beat passes, then it swings wide, and there he is. Liam Carter fills the doorway, his dark hair still damp, curling slightly at the edges. He's traded the shower steam for a crisp linen shirt, sleeves rolled to his elbows, revealing forearms tanned by Miami's sun. His hazel eyes spark with recognition, a smile tugging at his lips. "No clipboards tonight?" he says, voice warm with amusement. Sophie's face heats, the memory of her clumsy exit rushing back. She stammers, "I thought you were kidding about the invite." He steps aside, gesturing her in. "I don't kid about good company. Come on, Sophie Grant." She hesitates, thrown by how easily her name rolls off his tongue. The penthouse is a dream, floor-to-ceiling windows framing Miami's skyline, lights twinkling like stars against the sea. A glass table holds sparkling water and a tray of fruit, simple but elegant. Sophie feels small, like she's trespassing in a world she doesn't belong to. Liam pours her a drink, his movements smooth, and hands her the glass. Their fingers brush and she pulls back too fast, nearly spilling it. He chuckles, settling onto a leather couch, motioning for her to join him. "Relax," he says. "I don't bite, unless you walk in on me again." Sophie sinks into the seat, clutching the glass like a lifeline. She's not sure what she expected, maybe a lecture or a creepy vibe, but Liam's ease disarms her. "So," he starts, leaning back, "you're the one pulling off that wedding downstairs. It looked flawless." Sophie blinks, surprised he noticed. "It's my job," she says, shrugging, "just making sure things don't fall apart." His eyes narrow like he sees more than she's saying. Takes talent to make chaos look easy. "Ever thought about bigger projects?" Her heart skips. She spent years pitching ideas only to be shot down by Karen Walsh, her boss, who calls her dreams impractical. "I'd love to," she admits, voice soft, "but my agency doesn't exactly trust me with the big stuff." Liam tilts his head, studying her. "Their loss. I work with Carter Resorts and we're planning a gala next month. High stakes, big crowd. You'd be perfect for it." Sophie's jaw drops. "Me? I'm nobody." He leans forward, eyes intense. "You're not nobody. I saw your work tonight. Say yes, and I'll make sure you get a shot." She wants to believe him, but doubt creeps in. Why is this guy, who looks like he stepped out of a magazine, betting on her? She sips her water, stalling. "What's your role at Carter Resorts?" she asks, fishing for clarity. Liam pauses, then smiles, vague. "I handle special projects. Let's just say I know the right people." His dodge makes her uneasy, but the offer is tempting. A gala could change everything, pay off her dad's bills, prove she's more than a runner. She nods, cautious. "Okay, I'm in." Liam's smile widens, like he's won something. They talk longer, the city's glow softening the room. He asks about her life, and she lets slip bits of her story, growing up in Miami's rougher corners, her dad's struggles. She doesn't mention the bracelet, but it slips from her wrist, clinking onto the table. Liam picks it up, his fingers tracing the hope engraving. His face changes, a flicker of something raw crossing it. "Family heirloom?" he asks, voice quieter. Sophie nods, taking it back. "My mom's. Keeps me grounded." He hands it over, but his eyes linger, like he's piecing together a puzzle. The moment passes, and Sophie checks her watch. It's late, and she's got an early shift. She stands, thanking him, still unsure what to make of this man who's too charming, too interested. "I'll send you the gala details," Liam says, walking her to the door. "Don't overthink it, Sophie. You've got this." She smiles, small but real, and steps into the hallway. The elevator ride down feels like floating, her mind a tangle of hope and suspicion. Who is he, really? And why does he feel so familiar? Back in the penthouse, Liam stands by the window, Miami's lights sprawling below. He's 30, a billionaire who turned Carter Resorts into a global name, but success hasn't erased his scars. His sister died when he was 16, a car accident that broke his family. That same year, a girl helped him through the rain, a stranger who shared her scarf and her smile when he was lost. He never got her name, but her kindness kept him going, a promise he'd find her someday. Sophie's bracelet stirs that memory, the engraving too close to coincidence. He pulls out his phone, dialing his assistant, Emma. "I need a background check," he says, voice low. "Sophie Grant? Everything you can find? Keep it quiet." He hangs up, staring at the city. Liam's built walls around his heart, trusting few in a world where money buys loyalty. But Sophie's different, unguarded, real. Her flustered exit in the shower amused him, but her grit tonight hooked him. She's not just a name on a clipboard. He remembers that rainy night, the girl's laughter as she handed him her scarf, saying, "You'll be okay." Was it Sophie? He shakes his head, not ready to believe it yet. The gala will give him time to find out, to see if she's the one he's been chasing all these years. Sophie, meanwhile, walks home through Miami's warm streets, the note folded in her purse. Her tiny apartment waits, a single room with cracked paint and a photo of her dad on the fridge. She slips off her shoes, replaying the night. Liam's offer feels like a door cracking open, but doors like that don't open for girls like her. She touches her bracelet, whispering, "Hope, ha," to the empty room. Sleep pulls her under, but not before she wonders what tomorrow will bring, and why those hazel eyes feel like they've seen her before. Sophie Grant wakes to the buzz of her alarm, Miami's dawn painting her tiny apartment in soft pinks. She rubs sleep from her eyes, the memory of last night's penthouse meeting swirling like a dream. Liam's offer, those hazel eyes, the gala, it all feels too big, too unreal for a girl who spent years fading into the background. Her mother's bracelet glints on the nightstand, the word hope catching the light. She slips it on, grounding herself. Today's her first official day on the gala project, and she's determined not to mess it up. Her phone pings, a message from an unknown number. Gala details. Meet me at Ocean Crest, 10 a.m. Liam. Her stomach flips, half excitement, half dread. She pulls on her best work blouse, a thrift store find, and heads out, Miami's humid air wrapping around her like a challenge. At Sunset Events, the office hums with routine chaos. Desks overflow with paper, and the smell of burnt coffee lingers. Sophie's cubicle is a corner nook, barely big enough for her sketches. She's early, hoping to prep before meeting Liam, but Karen Walsh, her boss, spots her. Karen's all sharp angles and sharper words. Her blonde bob, a helmet of authority. "Sophie, you're on coffee runs today," she says, tossing a list onto the desk. Sophie bites her lip. "I've got a meeting for the Carter Gala." Karen's eyes narrow. "Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a runner, not a planner." The words sting, but Sophie nods, swallowing her protest. She's learned to pick her battles, and Karen's not one she can win yet. By 10, Sophie's at the Ocean Crest, her sketches tucked under her arm. The hotel lobby sparkles, marble floors reflecting chandeliers. Liam waits by the concierge desk, looking effortless in a tailored blazer, his smile disarming. "Ready to make waves?" he asks, leading her to a conference room. Sophie's nerves hum, but she spreads out her ideas, bold visions of starlit themes and interactive art for the gala. Liam listens, leaning forward, asking questions that make her feel seen. "This is good," he says, tapping a sketch. "Really good." Her chest swells, pride mixing with disbelief. For the first time, someone believes in her. But doubt creeps in as the day wears on. Back at the office, Sophie's high fades. Karen piles on grunt work, sending her to fetch props while others take credit for her setups. She overhears coworkers whispering, their glances sharp. "Heard she's cozying up to some Carter guy," one says. Sophie's cheeks burn. The shower incident feels like a ghost haunting her, twisting into something ugly. She pushes it down, focusing on the gala. Nights find her sketching at home, Miami's neon glow seeping through her window. The bracelet keeps her steady, but questions gnaw. Why did Liam pick her? What's he hiding? Enter Isabel Reed, a storm in stilettos. At 28, Isabel's a senior planner at Carter Resorts, all sleek black hair and calculated charm. She strides into a gala planning meeting, her presence commanding. Sophie's presenting a lighting concept when Isabel interrupts, voice smooth as silk. Cute idea, but it's been done. Carter needs fresh, not recycled. Sophie falters, her confidence cracking. Liam, seated at the table, frowns but says nothing. Isabel's eyes flick to him, a private history in her glance. Sophie catches it, a knot forming in her gut. After the meeting, Isabel lingers, brushing past Sophie. "Don't get comfortable," she murmurs. "Liam's just playing nice." The words hit harder than Sophie expects. She's no stranger to being overlooked, but this feels personal. She throws herself into work, staying late at the ocean crest, tweaking designs under fluorescent lights. Liam joins her one night, bringing takeout tacos and a grin. "You're relentless," he says, unpacking food. They eat on a balcony, Miami's skyline sprawling below. He's easy to talk to, sharing stories of hotel mishaps, but he sidesteps questions about himself. Sophie lets her guard down, laughing when he mimics a picky client. His hand grazes hers, sending a jolt through her. For a moment, she forgets her doubts, but then she sees Isabel's car in the lot below, idling like a warning. Rumors spread faster than Sophie can outrun them. At sunset events, a coworker shows her a group chat, messages mocking her as Liam's pet project. "Bet she's not even qualified," one reads. Sophie's throat tightens. She confronts Liam at the hotel, her voice shaking. "People are talking. They think I got this job because of, you know." Liam's jaw sets. "Let them talk. You're here because you're good." His certainty anchors her, but not enough. She finds an article online, a profile on Liam Carter, CEO of Carter Resorts. CEO, not some project manager. The betrayal cuts deep. He lied. Or close enough. She tracks him down in the hotel lounge, anger outweighing her nerves. "You're the CEO?" she demands, voice low to avoid stares. Liam sighs, running a hand through his hair. "I didn't want you to treat me differently. I meant what I said, Sophie. You're the right person for this." She wants to believe him, but trust is fragile. "You should have told me," she says, walking away. Her bracelet feels heavy. She doesn't see Liam watching her go, his face tight with regret. Isabel seizes the opening. At the next meeting, she presents a gala plan eerily close to Sophie's, down to the starlit theme. Sophie's stunned, her sketches still in her bag. Isabel smiles all teeth as Liam nods approval. Sophie tries to speak, but Karen cuts her off. "Don't interrupt, Sophie." She leaves the room, humiliation burning. Later, she finds her desk rifled, a draft missing. Isabel's office down the hall feels like a trap she's already caught in. She texts Liam, asking to talk, but a reply comes, cold and curt. "She's just a distraction. Keep it professional." Sophie stares at the screen, heart sinking. It's his number, but the words don't sound like him. Home offers no escape. Her brother Nate shows up, eyes bloodshot, begging for money to cover gambling debts. Sophie's savings are thin, meant for her dad's bills, but Nate's desperation pulls at her. "I'll pay you back," he promises, voice hollow. She hands over what she can, knowing it's gone. Nate rambles, mentioning a night years ago when Sophie gave her scarf to a lost kid in the rain. "You're too soft," he says, leaving. Sophie's alone again, the memory nagging. She doesn't connect it to Liam, not yet, but it stirs something deep. Isabel's sabotage escalates. Suppliers cancel, citing miscommunications traced to Isabel's emails. Sophie scrambles to fix it, working double shifts, her sketches piling up. She sees Isabel at the hotel, wearing a bracelet like hers, silver with a fake hope engraving. Sophie's blood runs cold. Did Liam tell her? The thought hurts more than she expects. She confronts him at a rooftop bar, the city glittering below. "Did you share my story with her?" she asks, voice breaking. Liam looks confused. "What? No. Sophie, talk to me." But she's done talking. "I can't do this," she says, leaving him standing there, the distance between them growing. Sophie throws herself into the gala, determined to finish it alone. She stays up nights, rewriting plans, calling vendors, ignoring the whispers. Karen warns her to stay in line, hinting at consequences. Isabel's shadow looms, her fake bracelet a taunt. Sophie's brother calls, in trouble again, and she can't help him this time. Her dad's hospital bills arrive, a reminder of why she's fighting. The bracelet stays on, her only constant. She's losing ground, but she won't quit. Liam tries to reach her, leaving voicemails she deletes, each one a tug at her heart she can't afford. The gala nears, and Sophie's stretched thin. She finds a note slipped under her apartment door, unsigned. "You're out of your league. Quit now." It's Isabel's handwriting, she's sure, but there's no proof. Sophie crumples it, anger flaring. She's been invisible too long, pushed down by people like Karen and Isabel. Not this time. She pulls out her sketches, spreading them across her floor. The gala will be hers no matter what it takes. Miami's lights pulse outside, a city that never sleeps, and Sophie vows she won't either, until she proves them wrong. The Ocean Crest Hotel glows under Miami's night sky, its ballroom transformed for the gala. Chandeliers cast golden light over tables draped in navy silk, star-shaped lanterns floating above, like a dream Sophie Grant once sketched. She stands at the edge of the crowd, her borrowed emerald gown hugging her frame, the silver bracelet on her wrist catching flickers of light. Hope, it says, but tonight she feels anything but hopeful. Isabel Reed has taken center stage, presenting Sophie's gala plan as her own, every detail stolen from the sketches Sophie poured her heart into. The audience claps, investors nodding, and Sophie's stomach twists. She's been sidelined, invited only as a guest, her name nowhere on the program. Isabel looks flawless, her black dress shimmering, a fake silver bracelet gleaming on her wrist. It's a cruel mimicry of Sophie's, the word hope engraved to taunt her. Sophie grips her clutch, her real bracelet pressing into her skin. She wants to run, to disappear like she always has, but something holds her back. Months of whispers, late nights, and Isabel's sabotage flash through her mind. She's tired of being invisible. Taking a breath, she steps forward, her heels clicking on the marble floor. The room hushes as she reaches the stage, her voice steady despite the pounding in her chest. "Excuse me," she says, loud enough to cut through Isabel's speech. "That's my plan." Isabel freezes, her smile tightening. "Don't be ridiculous," she says, laughing it off. "You're just a runner." The word stings, but Sophie doesn't flinch. She pulls out her phone, swiping to her original sketches, time-stamped weeks ago. "These are mine," she says, holding it up. "You missed the backup lighting grid, it's why your budget's off by 10,000. Gasps ripple through the crowd. An investor leans forward, intrigued. Isabel stammers. "That's not true." Sophie steps closer, pointing to the fake bracelet. "And that? It's a lie, too. My mother's bracelet has a scratch on the clasp. Show them yours?" Isabel's hand jerks back, but it's too late. Sophie lifts her wrist, the real bracelet catching the spotlight. The tiny scratch is there, proof of years worn through love and loss. The room buzzes, heads turning. Isabel's composure cracks, her eyes darting for an escape. Before she can speak, Liam Carter strides onto the stage, his presence commanding silence. He's in a tailored suit, hazel eyes blazing, no trace of the teasing man from the shower. "Enough," he says, voice like steel. He turns to the crowd, his expression unyielding. "I'm Liam Carter, CEO of Carter Resorts, and Sophie's telling the truth." Murmurs erupt, but Liam raises a hand. "I've been watching this project closely," he says. "Sophie's the visionary behind it, not Isabel." He nods to an assistant who cues a screen behind him. Security footage plays, grainy but clear. Isabel's caught slipping into Sophie's cubicle, rifling through her desk, pocketing a flash drive. Another clip shows her forging an email to a supplier, canceling Sophie's orders. The final frame is damning. Isabel buying a replica bracelet online, the word hope typed into the order. The crowd gasps, investors whispering furiously. Isabel's face pales, her bracelet clattering to the floor as she backs away. Liam's voice cuts through the noise. Isabel Reed is fired, effective immediately. We'll audit every project she's touched. He looks at Sophie, his gaze softening. But this isn't just about her lies. It's about someone I've been searching for. He steps closer, the spotlight narrowing to them. Sophie's breath catches, confusion mixing with the adrenaline pumping through her. Liam pulls a worn photo from his pocket, holding it out. It's faded. A teenage girl in a rain-soaked scarf, smiling at a boy who looks lost. Sophie's eyes widen. She knows that scarf. Her mother's, the one she gave away years ago. I was 16, Liam says, voice low but carrying. My sister died in a crash, and I was drowning. One night in the rain, a girl gave me her scarf, told me I'd find my way. She didn't know she saved me. He meets Sophie's gaze, steady and sure. It was you, Sophie. I've been looking for you ever since. The room fades for Sophie, her mind reeling. She remembers that night, a blurry memory of helping a boy near her dad's bakery. She was 13, grieving her mom, wanting to make someone else's pain lighter. She never knew his name. Tears prick her eyes, but she blinks them back. The crowd's watching, and she's not done. She turns to Isabel, who's frozen, humiliated. You thought you could break me, Sophie says, voice clear, but you can't steal what's mine. Isabel mutters an excuse and flees, the crowd parting like she's poison. Liam steps aside, giving Sophie the stage. She takes a breath, addressing the investors. This gala isn't just a party, she says, pulling up her final plan on her phone. It's a vision for connection, for Miami's dreamers. Let me show you. Her voice grows stronger, detailing a community space woven into the gala's theme, a place for locals to gather, inspired by her parents' love for this city. She clicks through slides showing starlit arches, interactive screens, and a fund to support small businesses like her dad's once was. The investors lean in, some nodding, others jotting notes. Sophie's hands shake, but her bracelet anchors her, hope shining through. When she finishes, applause erupts, louder than for Isabel's stolen pitch. An investor stands, offering to fund the community space on the spot. Sophie's knees nearly buckle, but she smiles, standing taller than she ever has. As the crowd mingles, Liam pulls Sophie aside, away from the chaos. They step onto a balcony, Miami's sea breeze cool against their skin. I'm sorry, he says, voice rough, for not telling you who I was. I wanted you to see me, not the CEO. Sophie studies him, the boy from the rain, now a man who's shaken her world. You should have trusted me, she says, but there's no venom in it. She's tired of running from what she feels. Liam nods, his hand brushing hers. I do now. Let me prove it. Before they can say more, Sophie's phone buzzes. It's her brother, Nate, his voice frantic from a pier downtown. I messed up, Soph. They're gonna hurt me. Loan sharks, she realizes, her heart sinking. She glances at Liam, torn. Go, he says, already grabbing his keys. I'm with you. They race to his car, speeding through Miami's neon streets. At the pier, two men loom over Nate, his face bruised. Liam steps forward, calm but firm, pulling out his phone. I've wired the money, he says, showing a bank transfer. He's clear. Walk away. The men check their phones, nod, and vanish into the night. Nate slumps, muttering thanks. Sophie hugs him, tears falling. Liam speaks quietly to Nate, offering a contact for a rehab program. Take it, he says. For her. Nate nods, shame in his eyes, and promises to try. As he leaves, Sophie turns to Liam, the city's pulse around them. Why, she asks. You didn't have to do that. Liam's gaze is steady. Because you're worth fighting for. Always have been. Sophie's breath catches. She spent so long doubting herself, but tonight she's claimed her place. The gala's success, the truth about Isabel, Liam's confession, it all crashes over her like a wave. She steps closer, her bracelet brushing his wrist. Don't hide from me again, she says. He smiles, a real one, no walls. Never. The city hums below, and for the first time, Sophie feels like she belongs. Not just to Miami, but to this moment, this man, this life she's building. Miami wakes to a new day, its skyline sharp against a cloudless sky. Sophie Grant sits in her apartment, sunlight spilling across her sketches now framed on the wall. The gala's triumph still hums in her veins, a victory hard won and sweeter for it. Her mother's bracelet rests on her wrist, the word hope no longer a whisper but a shout. She's not the girl who stumbled into a shower anymore, not the invisible runner fading into Miami's hustle. She's Sophie Grant, and she's claimed her place. Her phone buzzes, a news alert popping up. Isabel Reed's name blares in the headline, and Sophie leans closer, a grim satisfaction settling in. Isabel's world has unraveled. The gala footage leaked online, security clips of her stealing Sophie's work spreading across Miami's event circles. Blogs dissect her lies, clients drop her, and Carter Resorts confirms a full audit of her past projects. By noon, Isabel's social media goes silent, her polished profile replaced by a blank page. Whispers say she's left the city, tail between her legs, her name now a warning to anyone who'd cheat their way up. Sophie sets her phone down. No joy in Isabel's fall, only relief. She fought fair and won, and that's enough. At sunset events, the air's different. Karen Walsh, Sophie's old boss, calls her into the office, her usual sneer gone. "You did well," Karen says, voice stiff. "There's a senior planner spot open. It's yours if you want it." Sophie almost laughs. Months ago she'd have begged for this, but now it feels small. She declines, polite but firm. "I've got other plans," she says, leaving Karen speechless. Outside, Sophie breathes deep, Miami's salt air filling her lungs. She's not staying in a box someone else built. Her future's bigger, and she's ready to shape it. That future starts with Hope Haven, the community space she pitched at the gala. Investors flooded in after her speech, their checks clearing faster than she dreamed. Sophie spends her mornings at the site, a waterfront lot where workers hammer beams into place. She meets with architects, sketching layouts for free workshops, art classes, and markets for locals like her dad once was. At the groundbreaking, she speaks to a small crowd, her bracelet catching the sun. "This is for Miami's dreamers," she says, voice clear. "For my parents, who taught me to keep going." Applause ripples, and she spots her dad in the back, his frail frame steadier today, pride in his eyes. Her brother Nate's letter arrives that afternoon, postmarked from a rehab center upstate. His handwriting shaky but honest. "Thanks for not giving up on me, Soph," it reads. "I'm trying, for real this time." He's joined a program, Liam's contact, and found a job washing dishes. It's small, but it's a start. Sophie folds the letter, tucking it into her drawer. She's carried her family alone too long, but now she feels lighter, like hope's not just hers to hold. Evening falls, and Sophie's drawn to the beach, where Miami's waves glow under a sinking sun. She kicks off her sandals, sand cool between her toes, the gala's chaos a fading echo. She's alone with her thoughts when footsteps crunch behind her. Liam Carter appears, his suit swapped for jeans, hair tousled by the breeze. He looks softer here, less the untouchable CEO and more the boy she glimpsed in that old photo. "Figured I'd find you here," he says, stopping beside her. The sea stretches endless, a mirror for the quiet between them. They walk along the shore, waves lapping at their feet. Liam's voice is low, careful. "I messed up, Sophie, hiding who I was, letting you doubt me. I'm sorry." She studies him, his hazel eyes unguarded for once. She remembers their fights, the fake text, Isabel's bracelet, but also his stand at the gala, the way he ran to save Nate. "You hurt me," she says, honest, "but you showed up when it counted. That matters." He nods, accepting her words. "I've spent years chasing a memory," he says. "That girl in the rain, she was my anchor. Finding you, it's like I've come home." Sophie's throat tightens. She's never been anyone's home. Never thought she could be. She steps closer, the bracelet brushing her skin. Liam pulls something from his pocket, a new silver band, simple but etched with one word: together. He holds it out, his hand steady. "I don't want to lose you again," he says. "Not as a planner, not as a friend, but as you, Sophie. All of you." Her heart races, the weight of his words sinking in. She's fought so hard to stand alone, but with him, she doesn't have to. She takes the bracelet, slipping it on beside her mother's. The two words sit together, hope and together, like pieces of her finally whole. "I'm not running anymore," she says, her voice a promise. Liam's smile breaks wide, and he pulls her close, his arms warm against the evening chill. Their lips meet, soft at first, then sure, the kiss tasting of salt and second chances. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in oranges and pinks. Miami's waves a quiet witness to their beginning. They stand there, wrapped in each other, as stars prick the darkening sky. Sophie thinks of her journey, the wrong room that led to the right heart. She was a girl who stumbled, doubted, fought, and rose. Liam was a boy lost, then found, his strength in choosing her. Their love wasn't born in perfection, but in messes, in truth, in showing up when it was hard. It's a love that says, you don't need to be whole to be enough, just brave enough to try. The city pulses behind them, alive with dreams like theirs. Sophie's no longer invisible, and Liam's no longer searching. Hope Haven will rise, a beacon for others, proof that broken pieces can build something beautiful. They walk back, hand in hand, ready for whatever comes next, together. Love isn't found in perfect moments. It's built in the messy ones, where a wrong room leads to the right heart. So what do you think? Did Sophie and Liam's story make you laugh, cry, or cheer? That shower scene was just the start, wasn't it? If you loved watching Sophie find her strength, smash that like button. It means the world to us. Subscribe for more tales of love and grit, and drop a comment below. Have you ever had a moment, big or small, that changed everything? Maybe a mix-up that turned into magic? We're reading every single word you share, so let's hear it. Until next time, keep chasing your own hope, Miami style.